Luxor, Egypt, where time seems to spin backwards, pulling you along with it into the age of the pharaohs. The pyramids at Giza and the Valley of the Kings farther up the Nile are their tombs and their treasure houses. The pharaohs go into the next world resplendent in gold and surrounded by astounding riches, objects so precious, so rare, that they stagger the senses. But over the centuries, their tombs and treasures are plundered. All that is but one. That of the boy king, Tutankhamen. He alone escapes the grave robbers. But how? The mystery begins with the coronation of a new pharaoh. But this ruler of the vast Egyptian empire is just a boy, 8 years old. Tutankhamen has two guardians and advisors. Horemheb, a ruthless warrior who commands the army, and I, wearing the sinister hood of the jackal god Anubis, the high priest. They control the boy and are the hidden rulers of Egypt. Under their watchful eye, young Tut restores the power of the high priests, a power that had been snatched away by the previous pharaoh, Tut's father. But they can't control him forever. 5 years into his reign, there is a royal wedding. The boy king marries his half-sister, Ankhesenemon. He begins making his own decisions and wants a son and heir to preserve the dynasty. But others in the palace have different plans. There is intrigue, and behind the silken luxury, evidence of sinister doings. Suddenly and mysteriously, at the age of 18, Tutankhamen dies and disappears from history. He seems forgotten by everyone. Everyone but Howard Carter. This English archaeologist is obsessed with the mystery of Tutankhamen. He spends 14 years searching for the lost tomb. Then, in 1922, on the last day of his last dig, he finds a set of steps. He breaks through a wall. Someone asks, "Can you see anything?" Carter can barely speak. Yes, wonderful things. Golden chariots, a throne, gilt couches shaped like animals. Astounding treasure. Carter has made one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time, and it is shrouded in mystery. Why had this tomb been overlooked for 3,000 years, while all the others were looted by grave robbers? Tut is buried not in a royal tomb, but in modest chambers, hardly befitting a pharaoh. And Tut's treasure is not carefully arranged, but left here and there, as if the high priests were in a hurry. Amid all this disarray, a poignant reminder of the boy king's hopes and dreams, a dried bouquet of flowers. Could it have been left by his grieving young wife? Answers begin to emerge as the tomb reveals its most dazzling wonder. King Tutankhamen himself. The king is sealed in 3 coffins, the innermost of solid gold, and inside, the mummified remains of the pharaoh. What killed him? Does the dead king leave a clue? Forensic experts examine the skull. They find a fracture and chips of bone inside the skull cavity, as if he'd received a powerful blow to the head. But how? History hints at cold-blooded murder and a culprit. The High Priest. Was there a sinister plot? Does the High Priest stalk Tutankhamen in the royal palace and strike him down with a lethal blow to the head? A motive seems to emerge when I inherits the kingdom and marries Tut's child bride. And Horemheb? Is he an accomplice? He becomes the new high priest and attempts to destroy every reference to the boy king. But history is full of irony, and Tutankhamen is the pharaoh whose legacy endures. The tombs of Ai and Horemheb, buried in opulent majesty in the Valley of the Kings, are ransacked over the ages. And today, few have ever heard of them. While Tutankhamen, the doomed boy king, is the world's most famous pharaoh. There's a legend here that to speak the name of the dead is to make them alive again. In Egypt, the mystic land of the pharaoh, Tutankhamun's name is spoken often, and his spirit lives on forever.